Well, my name's Sarah Nassif. I'm a botanist. I'm also an artist. And I've really enjoyed the last 5 years bringing my poster designs to the Monarch Festival. And so I'm really excited to celebrate monarchs today with this project, which takes all those drawings I've done the last 5 years and reimagining them as a monarch mobile. And at the end, we're going to play a little monarch bingo. I thought it would be very fun to assemble all of the motifs that I've drawn. Motif just means design or picture. In your kit, you will have an instruction page, a page of motifs with dotted lines for cutting on, and a little game to play at the end, which I'm calling Monarch Bingo. You'll also get a couple of little wooden dowels, some scrap construction paper. You might find at home any scrap fabric that you have that you might want to use. You may also want to dig up your watercolors, colored pencils. You'll need a pair of scissors, and we're going to provide the yarn for you as well. You can also do a little bit of collecting in case you want to tie some other things in. For instance, you could use a stick from the yard instead of the dowel if you like. The first thing you're going to do, you can color in the motifs. I might do a little bit of watercolor like this. I might also consider, for instance, using colored pencils. You don't have to color every single thing in. You could even choose to make your mobile just plain black and white. So experiment. I mean, that's the fun of a project like this. So I'm going to flip this over, and I'm just going to put a little glue on the back, just a little bit in the middle of where each motif is. Enough to stick sort of my construction paper to the back. And I'll try gluing my fabric to the back. You could use newspaper or magazines or any other something or other. Then I'm just going to go through and cut out all my circles. And actually, an easy way to do this is to cut them into strips first so that you're not trying to cut a huge piece of paper the whole time. It's nice if you've got a sharp pair of scissors. And I'm not worrying if they're cut out totally perfect, you know? So I've got my egg, my caterpillar, my chrysalis, and my monarch. I've got a couple of the compass plant flower and the compass plant leaf, which is kind of fun. So maybe I'll save this label. And in fact, maybe I will just put that onto the back. So let's say my stick is going to be up here. I will peel apart and stick that underneath there. You can just kind of place them easily along the string, and then you can move them up and down if you want. And you can decide if you'd want to add some beads to the bottom if you have them, or if you want to just go ahead and cut your string off. So I'm going to make a few strings just like this of motifs, and each string could have its own story. So here I have a story of the monarch life cycle, starting with the egg, the caterpillar, the chrysalis, and the adult. Once I'm happy with it, I can glue it permanently. And I'm just sandwiching the yarn in between. This next one, I would like the motifs to be sort of staggered with the other motifs so that when they twirl, they don't get tangled. And I'm just going to keep going. The other way I could do some of my labels is to put them in between, if you want to use the labels. So now for the fun part, assembling the mobile. The main thing is to just tie the strings to the sticks and then to hopefully balance. It's easy to make a slip knot, which is an adjustable knot that allows you to scoot things around. This is hanging nicely. Let's see. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 motifs on it. I'll see if I can find another 4 motif. And if my glue hasn't totally dried, I can still move my motifs up and down to stagger them better. So even this could just be my most simple mobile. It could just be 3 things. I could add the other 2 in between. But if I want to get fancy, I can make the second piece. What I might do is think about whether I want this to go like that. Maybe I want to go like this so that that hangs in between. So I'll take some of my scrap yarn, and now I can just tie a regular knot. And then the very final step, so that I can hang my mobile up in my dining room or my bedroom, is to add a little triangle of string to the top. So once I've tied the end of the yellow string on, I can carefully lift up my mobile and check it for balance. It's helpful if you have something you can hang it from, so you can do the balancing work with both hands. Because if I have somebody coming to visit, I might tell them a little bit about the different motifs that I selected. If I forget what they are, I can use my little key. You could even go on a scavenger hunt outside in your neighborhood, or walk down to the naturescape in Nokomis Park. And I found the gray-headed coneflower. Of course, sometimes it's called the yellow coneflower. Here I found my green milkweed pod. This one looks like it's getting ready. I guess it's not quite open yet. Here we've got the anise hyssop. So thank you for celebrating monarchs with me today, making the monarch mobile and playing a little monarch bingo.